Hi, I'm Hannah from Hannah's Hobby, and today I'm going to talk about nesting seams. I have Clemens in the background making noise, so hopefully you can hear me. He wants to make sure everybody can hear him. But I'm going to talk about nesting seams. Nesting seams is when your seams nest together when you're sewing a piece. So if you come up here, I'll show you what nesting seams is. So if you look here, I have two pieces of fabric, and I'm going to put them together like I'm going to sew them. So if you can see here, right here, there's a seam going this direction, and this seam is going this direction. If you see that gap in between your seams, you can tell that they're not lined up. So you want to make sure that gap is together, and you can see, you don't see the gap now. The nesting seams happens when you iron your seams in opposite directions. So if you look over here, I have two seams here. They're both going in opposite directions. So this back here is one way and this is the other way. So if you didn't have your seams in opposite directions, it would look like this. You can see your seams are on top of each other. That creates bulk. But it also makes it to where your seams might not line up. It's harder to get your seams to line up if you have them in the same direction. So when your seams line up, that makes your quilt look better. If you come over here to this quilt right here, I'll show you when your seams line up just like this. If your seams are nested, it's going to line up your blocks. They're going to go right in line with each other. If they're not nested together, your blocks could be off. So when you sew your blocks together, if they're not nested, it could end up looking like this, where your seams don't match and it's going to make your quilt look wrong, or whatever project you're looking on. So if you press it in opposite directions, and that causes your seams to nest, and then they line up perfect when you sew them together. So that's the tip for this week, is nesting your seams. If you have any questions, let me know. Comment below. Let me know you're watching. Have a good day.
Looks like Clemens was also making a nest of Mommy's scrap fabrics.